Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
I'm a witch. I never thought it. Well, that's not true. I wanted my Harry Potter letter, you know? Like, maybe I've been a witch this whole time.
You're a witch, you're a mother, you're a child, you're a lover.
Shut the fuck up. I want my money back.
What money?
I don't know. There's gotta be some money somewhere.
Wherever it is.
I want it. I need
Give it to me. It's my birthright.
I'm gonna put a spell. Yep, that's what you do. You don't cast a spell, you just put a spell.
I'm just gonna put one somewhere. Put it on the table. Just gonna set it down real quick.
You know what? I'm gonna go just set one on the ground, and then I'm gonna get some money. Oh my god, speaking of the ground really quick.
Your segue game is unmatched.
There was a hopscotch, there, like, in some chalk, in, like, the apartment walkway, and I really wanted to commit to the bit, but I don't walk really well. I mean, we've talked about this before. Balance is not my personal forte. So I just, like, walked the hopscotch, and, well, because I didn't want to disrespect it, right?
No, of course,
but I can't jump it, because I fall a lot. Like, I mean, I don't know that we talked about this, because it was before the podcast started, but I broke my foot by falling downstairs once. Like, I don't walk well. So I just, like, walked the hopscotch.
You're just not good at it.
I'm just not. Hi, I'm Bella Swan. It's fine. So I just walked it. And I think that's the most summery thing I've done this year.
You do strike me as the person that, no matter what, if you walk past a hopscotch, you have to do it. And so there's something in your body that's like, I got it.
I do.
Got to do it.
Yeah, I feel compelled to do that. Because I feel like they're watching. Like, the person that did it, I feel like they're watching.
Yeah, because it's, like, always, like, outside their house, and they're like, is someone gonna do it? Is that...
And, like, if they
you're
don't...
gonna fulfill that dream.
Yeah. If they don't, like, they'll cry, you know?
Just imagine them watching you, like, slowly walk.
Because I would do that. Like, if I had made a hopscotch and someone didn't do it, I'd be personally offended as a child.
No, I get it. I just think it'd be funny if those same kids would just watch you just coming up and walking on their hopscotch, and they're like, I guess this is a sign.
Yeah, but if I had, like, actually done it, I would have fucking fallen on my face, and that would have been, like...
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Yeah, but I know that. And it would have been funny for them, but really embarrassing for me, because it was flat ground.
Sure.
Now, hold on.
What's up?
Hopscotch on a hill. Tell me about that.
Whoa.
That sounds terrifying.
Danger.
That sounds like some American Ninja Warrior bullshit.
Yeah, that's, man.
I don't like the outsides enough for that.
No.
Oh my god, speaking of this, hi, welcome to Into the Twilight.
Oh yeah, hi.
That
wasn't your story time? There's another...
No, oh my god, no. I went outside yesterday for the first time. I mean, that was, like, going outside, but that was just, like, I had to walk outside to, like, leave. No, I went outside for the first time yesterday, and I, like, picked snow peas in a garden, and...
Cute.
Wholesome. But here's the embarrassing thing. I don't usually go outside because I have really sweet blood. And I think I've talked about this before, that, like, if there's a mosquito anywhere around, I will find it and I will, like, get huge-ass welts. Because I get a lot of mosquito bites.
Sure.
Even in, like, the fall. It's embarrassing. They just want my blood. I don't like it. Anyways, so I went to go pick snow peas. And the thing that was really embarrassing is I don't go outside a lot because I call daylight the light times. And my boyfriend looked at me and he was like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's, I mean, not incorrect, but not exactly correct.
It was, and I legit was just like, I saw no problem with it.
Yeah,
and
the light time.
And I thought about it later, and I turned to him and I was like, wait a second. I didn't say daylight, did I? He's like, no, you did not. Fucking so embarrassing. I know English is hard, but, like, I teach other people. I have a master's degree.
Yeah, you are in charge of people having a gripping understanding of English and culture and everything. And yet...
Damn it. God. Fuck. How are you?
You know, I would say equally as emotionally distressed.
Oh.
Because you sent me a little gift.
Oh.
You sent me a package.
Yeah.
Allie.
Well, it was your birthday.
And yeah, I get it. And, like, your love language is gifts, and I get it.
Yeah.
But you did give me a Twilight calendar
Yeah.
for my birthday. And I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I will say it also came in, like, 70 things of bubble wrap. It was very tenuous to get out of.
Oh, I wanted to make sure it was safe.
No, it was.
Good.
But...
The important thing to note, Cody, so that the listeners know, was it a 2018 calendar?
You know what? I didn't even check. Do I go get the calendar right now and look?
I think you should.
Oh my god. Let me tell everyone what this calendar is. Ugh.
Here's a note for our listeners. It's not.
Spoiler alert. Oh wow, okay. Alright, everyone. This is a Breaking Dawn Part 1, 16-month, 2012 fall calendar. And I swear to God, every month is just a headshot of the character. Like, it's not like a photo from the movie or, like, whatever. It's just a photo of the character. Bella's in there twice and it's the same photo. She's just giving, like, she's in the same outfit, her hair looks exactly the same, and she's just giving, like, one a smirk and one that's kind of, like, open mouth like this. It's the same. I don't understand. Do you not have enough people in your movie?
And that's so embarrassing because Breaking Dawn Part 1 had a lot of people in it.
Yeah, it's like, and like, the only people that are coupled up is like Edward and Bella. Like, you could couple up a couple people in here, make some room, fill up some space here.
Do you know who? I do want to know who is it. No, actually, do you know what? I don't. Because I think that every month we should put those, like a photo of you and a photo of that calendar should go up for our patrons.
Yeah, okay. I could do that.
Because I think that would be beautiful.
Also, fucking Jasper is, like, serving in this game.
Of course he is. Are you kidding me?
He's, like, he's got, like, the side, like, the profile. Everyone just kind of, like, head on. And he looks good. So why is Renesmee right after him?
Is it, like, is it the baby covered in raspberry and yogurt still, or is it, like, full-fledged Renesmee?
No, sorry. I meant Esme, but yes.
Oh, okay. Because that
the baby's not even here. Like, I would have paid for a calendar for the baby. Your fucking crazy ass CGI baby.
That would have been
nope.
amazing.
Would have been so good.
Do you know who would have been a really amazing addition to that calendar?
Who?
Harry Styles.
Wow. Yeah. Seamless transition.
Thank you. Just a really quick update. Since I talked about this last week, I did go see Harry Styles. I did get my whole life. I died a little bit. It was beautiful and life-changing. I just wanted to update because I did see our correspondence, I guess, is the best way to put it. Like, our sister podcast friend, Rachel, from Coffee with Rachel. We were dying afterwards, just, like, screaming over the fact that Harry had all of the pride flags that he was waving around. One of the best parts, I think, was that Rachel talked about this on her podcast too, but someone threw, I think it was the lesbian pride flag onto the stage for Harry, but this bitch had already the bi and, like, the pride flag hidden on stage so that he could start waving them around, and I was like, okay, like, I see you. It was beautiful, and everything was great. So, yes, it was good. Very good. We have so many current events to talk about. First of which is actually not Twilight related, but is important because I think we both saw this movie yesterday without planning it.
Oh, I saw this a couple days ago.
Oh, well, fuck me, I guess.
It was... Yeah, you know, Chicago has some early release theaters. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, you were tweeting about it yesterday, so...
Yeah, I know, because listen, I made a good Letterboxd review, but not a lot of people see my Letterboxd content, so I'm like, I should put this on Twitter, and so I did.
So what we're talking about is what movie?
Sorry to bother you. Beep, 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 beep.
Pew, pew, pew.
You should watch it.
You should, because...
Everyone.
Is... Oh, I thought we were going to keep talking. That's fine.
Oh, that's what we're doing?
Yeah,
oh,
everyone is
shit.
talking about it. Yes.
Yes.
It's very
But also,
wild.
no one can say anything about it.
Yeah, you definitely have to see it to understand it, I think.
Yep.
But it has Tessa Thompson in it, and I never remember his name other than it's the scary social network dude who's kind of beautiful and powerful. What's his name? Is it...
Oh, Army Hammer?
Oh, yeah, that boy. He has powerful arms.
That's an app description. Oh my god, have you seen Call Me By Your Name? Because his thighs are even worse.
That's true, yeah.
They're even more powerful.
He's so powerful.
Yeah, I cannot believe that man. That was me seeing his face up on that screen when the first time he showed up, I was like, there's no way that he is in this movie.
Yes.
That just seems like a wild choice, and then it was a good choice.
Yeah, he just is like, rah, 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 the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also cocaine.
And, well, yes. And also, Danny Glover's in it. There's a lot of people.
Yes.
It's great.
Terry Crews is in it.
Terry Crews
for like a hot sec.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Do see it. It's refreshing. As someone who was in telemarketing for a hot second. It's good.
Speaking from experience?
Yes, it was good. As for actual Twilight things, first up is Ashley Greene got married, which
Yay.
I did not know. I don't even remember if I knew that she had a beau, so great. But she got married, and her wedding looks exactly like Bella and Edward's wedding from Breaking Dawn, so that's good. It's cute. So good job. All of the photos that we ended up looking at were from brides.com. It was like in the redwoods and very woodsy. So look at the photos on there because we died a little. They were very cute. One of the other things that I think is important to talk about, do you want to talk about the Our Pets movie corner?
So, they wrote a list of 8 Robert Pattinson movies that you should watch.
Which you should.
One of them being Good Time, obviously. The Lost City of Z.
Literally never heard
good,
of it.
But also Tom Holland's in it, so... Water for Elephants is fucking bad, so this should not be on this list.
Yeah, why did they put Water for Elephants on here and not Remember Me? I'm
An
upset.
excellent question, because if I were to name a Robert Pattinson movie that wasn't like Twilight or something, I would probably be like Remember Me, just because it's the one that seemed like the most famous or whatever.
And I know that it's not like a standalone movie, but they didn't put Harry Potter in here, so like, rude.
Yeah, so, yeah. Listen, and he gave a great performance in those movies.
Agreed.
But he could.
Yes. So, I'm just saying.
Also, there are literally 2 trailers back to back where he's giving the same, like, pouty sad face.
Okay, right? I was just thinking
6
that.
and 7 are the same, and, like, they're in the same part of the screen, and he's just giving you, like, this look, and I hate it.
It's so wild.
And then also Damsel.
Yes. So wild. The other thing that I think is important to talk about, there's a Screen Rant article that is 20 things everyone gets wrong about Twilight. Now, first of all, everyone... Okay. All right.
Nani.
This was written by Jason Wojnar. Sorry, I've completely butchered your last name. It's also put in like a mustard yellow font in like 0.6, so sorry. I'm not going to go through all of these. There's just a couple that I want to touch on here. Number 17 being Kristen Stewart is actually a good actress. First of all, fuck you. I feel like most people know this because it's 2018, so rude. That's rude. The other one, number 12, Christian vampires. Again, yes. We know this.
Yeah.
The one that I did want to point out to you, Cody, because I don't know if you had scrolled this far down, is number 10, fellow authors like the books. And there's a photo of what without, because there isn't a caption of who this author is, of just what looks like just a random white man.
It's like, it could be anyone.
It could just be a random dude. The last one that I want to point out is number 7. They did use real babies. Now, if you just take that at face value, what that could mean is that everyone in this series is in fact a baby.
How would that be the logical leap?
Because what?
How would someone get there?
What are they? What would you read from that? What babies? If you didn't know about this series and what babies they use, then it's like, what babies?
Right, but someone's not gonna look at them and be like, oh, they use real babies, so everyone that casts is a baby. That's really impressive. That's not...
But just think about it for a little bit.
What if they did use real babies, but they were all just in the crew? So, like, the PA is a baby, the director's a baby,
PA
cam
babies.
op's a baby. Yeah.
Makeup
Got
babies.
baby in the director chair. Yeah, makeup babies, hair babies. Yeah.
Costume babies.
Yeah.
Security babies. Oh my god. Oh.
And then just a bunch of adults dressed like vampires.
Food truck babies.
Oh my Oh my god, yes.
I need this so bad.
That's a fucking Shark Tank idea. Food truck babies? Are you kidding me?
Oh. I need this. I need a little, like, PA being like, okay, Waba, you're good on 2.
Oh my god.
Oh, I need it so bad. I need it right now. Okay. I think we're good. We do have a listener question. Do you want to read it?
Yes. It says, what subreddits do you think the 50 Shades and Twilight characters hang out in the most?
Okay. Do you use Reddit?
No. There was a point, like, back in the day when I did. But, like, not super regularly.
Okay.
I was just kind of like, this is something cool. This is a new thing I could do. What is this?
Great.
And then I was like, oh, the people in here are bad and I hate them.
I have never used Reddit. Personally, the interface is very confusing to me.
It is very confusing, yeah.
And I think it's because it looks old.
Yeah.
It looks like an old website from the olden times. It kind of is the reason why I never got on DeviantArt, I think. It's because it...
Oh, wow, yeah.
I don't understand it. It just looks old to me.
What a beautiful life you've lived.
Well, it's just the same way of, like, I never used Reddit, I never used DeviantArt. I didn't even read fanfiction until this podcast. You know,
That's
it's
true,
just like,
yeah.
I just, you know, as a child, I just, you know, played Neopets and MySpace. You know, I lived a very simple life.
I had higher tastes for web design at that age.
Yeah, you know.
It was culture.
You know, I just did those, like, doll dress-up games and shit, you know?
Yeah, they knew what was up.
Exactly. Okay, but from what I know about it, I think... Fuck. Okay. Let's see. The 50 Shades characters... I mean, it's not that hard to figure out Christian's taste, right? But
Yeah.
what I'm more curious about personally, from what we found out from reading these chapters, what do you think Taylor would be on?
Oh, God.
I feel like maybe one about plants.
Yeah. Sure.
I feel like he lived...
Just some wholesome, like, home shit.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. They're always like, what? R dash fucking whatever.
R slash, yeah.
Fuck. I don't know how the internet works. I play a big game, but I don't fucking know.
I've actually never been online. Did you know that?
I pay
Never
people
once.
to do that. I just cast spells and shit. Okay, so yeah, I think he'd be on one for plants. I also think that he would be on one for home improvement.
Yeah.
I also think... You know what I imagined Taylor to be like? I think he's that guy over the fence from Home Improvement.
Yes.
So I think that he just lives a very simple and quiet life. I feel like he would also be on one for... I don't know, what's another wholesome thing, Cody?
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't get more wholesome than John Goodman, so.
That's true. That's true. All right. I feel like those are good. Who's another wholesome person? Well, another safe person. What do you think Kate would be on?
Ooh.
She'd probably be on something that's like the deals, right? So some sort of like Reddit for like those Ebates things and something letting you know when all of the sales come on. So she'd be like the first to know about that Nordstrom anniversary sale and shit like that, right?
Right. She's looking for those deals.
And she'd probably be on something for like journalism. So all of the hot tips and the scoop. I don't fucking...
The one scoop.
Yep. It would just be like r/scoop. You know? I want to get to Charlie's, but 2 questions. 1, who's on r/creepypasta of the Twilight characters?
This is gonna sound mean, and it's not mean.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say Jasper.
Oh no, that seems totally fair.
Okay. It's just like, I don't know. I mean, and maybe even Edward too a little bit. Just because they're like broody and emo and like don't have any friends and like just go on Reddit and look at weird creepy shit.
No, Jasper's the most fitting of all that. He's the most like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that totally fits. Okay, and who do you think is the one who follows all of the, like, current murder trends? Like, who would be on that murder Reddit? Because I think it's Rosalie.
Yeah. I think Rosalie would be good. Yeah, because Alice would just spoil it for herself every time.
Okay.
Fuck!
Now, I'm most curious about Esme's and Charlie's.
Oh, Esme's on some good cooking ones.
Ooh.
She's like, I don't need to know how to make food, but boy, am I gonna learn.
Okay, now, please search r/good cooking. Is that a thing?
With a G or without a G?
I mean, you gotta try both now.
Of course.
I'm afraid to try Reddit on my computer in case it breaks.
Okay, good cooking doesn't exist. Good cooking also doesn't exist.
What the fuck?
This website is bad.
Why would that
With
not
all
be...
the wrong subreddits.
I'm breaking Reddit.
I'm throwing it away.
Okay, yes, she's on that. She's also on maybe like a... I don't know, is there like a charity... Not like charity, but like on a... Maybe like a swapping Reddit? Because we know that she like gives things out to families every year, right? So maybe she knows where people need to like swap things or give things out. So I feel like she's maybe subscribed to one of those or something. And then I don't think Charlie's like savvy enough for Reddit, but
if he would just be like furiously typing like, how do I be a dad?
And it would just be fish.
Yeah.
Just like lots of pictures of men, like more pictures than there are on Tinder of men with fish.
Wow, that's overwhelming.
Yeah, agreed. So, yes. This is a good question. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, God. Okay, so chapter 19 and 20 are a lot.
Yeah.
But apparently it's worth it because we have another quiz corner, which I was not
Hey!
I was not prepared
Spoiler!
for.
Spoiler! We'll get there. I have a lead in. It's fine.
Okay, I'm excited for it. But yes, so chapter 19 starts because we ended last week with them. Anna was too tired to exist, so she falls asleep. And Anna's like always tired, which is a mood.
Yeah.
But it's so she is woken up by Christian this time, and she was like, no, fuck you, I want to sleep, which is a mood. But she's remembering that they have to leave to go to Christian's parents' house, and she's like, ah, fuck. So she wakes up, and she's like, ah, no. And so she has to get ready. She sees that Christian's laid everything out that she needs except for her underwear, which she calls panties. And throughout this whole chapter, there's a lot of panty talk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll get there.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was part of the quiz. I didn't realize until reading this book and I think it's partly just because of this book that I no longer like the word panties.
Yeah, I mean, it was never a great word, right?
Yeah.
But, like, the fact that it is repeated so often, and also just kind of, like, contextualizing as her, like, it just sounds so juvenile coming from her.
It does.
You know? And there's already so much stacked against her up in that regard, so it's like, I don't really, this just feels weird. I don't like it.
Yes. But it seems like because of this, Christian has intentionally held on to her underwear, and is wanting her to ask for them back. And it very much does not seem like a mistake. And so she's put into a position where she feels like she needs to ask for them. She does not want to, this kind of thing. So it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
I don't know. She has a few minutes. She showers, those kinds of things. He does leave her this drink, which sounded very good when I was reading it. It's like cranberry and sparkling water. And I'm all about this. I'm all about the sparkling water life. And so, anyways, they get ready to leave, but he's playing, funny enough, Witchcraft by fucking Frank Sinatra. And it's like the obligatory dance sequence that happens in these books. And this is when I remembered that it's a knockoff Twilight. And so when this happened, I died. Like, my soul left my body because it was gross. Especially when he's like, there's no nicer witch than you. And it's like, can we die? Like, please let me go away. Anyways, so she doesn't ask for these underwear, and so it becomes this like private joke between the two of them, and it's weird. Like, it's a very weird power exchange that the two of them have. So they get into the car. Taylor's driving as usual. They have this kind of weird conversation in the car as they're driving to Bellevue, where they start talking about dancing, and he mentions that Mrs. Robinson taught him how to dance. And then it's kind of weird because Anna starts to get all like broody and jealous about this, even though I feel like no matter where he would have explained the origins of that, it feels like she kind of would have gotten jealous no matter what.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a good relationship.
Oh.
So I don't know. He's all like, meh, don't overthink things, but also, I'm not going to give you what you really want from this dynamic, so meh.
Sorry.
Yes, exactly. They pull up, and then we start meeting, like, the whole cast of characters in this scene. So, we already knew Christian's mom, and then we meet his dad, Carey, which I'd never heard that name before. It's a very interesting name. And then we actually get to meet his sister, which we had heard about before. I didn't know this.
Legends.
Yes.
Myths.
I
Story.
didn't know this, but it came up in one of the Google Daily Digest articles that we had. Apparently, his sister in the movies is played by Rita Ora.
What?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I agreed.
What? What?
So, when you're imagining Mia now, it's Rita Ora.
Yeah.
So yes. So, yep. We've got his parents, Mia, and then Elliot, and then we find out Kate is there too. So, all of them. And we find out, like, Kate and Christian are having this kind of weird Texas standoff thing that's happening. And we obviously know why from at their apartment, but Anna doesn't really know why. It's a very interesting, like, she hasn't kind of figured out kind of what's going on. But Anna has this weird moment where she realizes that Kate is with Elliot, and then she's like, oh, well, Christian would probably feel weird because everyone is, like, coupled up here, and if Christian came alone, that would be weird. So obviously he had to invite me. And so she's feeling, like, super all up in her head about things. So they're talking about vacations or whatever because they're rich people and that's what you do.
Over a nice meal.
Yes, exactly. Especially because they're talking about the fact that Elliot's just, like, gonna drop everything and go to fucking Barbados with Kate. And it's like, okay, like, you just graduated college and you're living in a $10,000 apartment.
Let's just see the world, you know?
Yeah.
Let's just, like, experience it.
Yeah, life is just an adventure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
God. okay. Most of us are just eating cup of noodles. Kate, like, okay, it's fine.
Ma'am.
Okay. And then Anna says, all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'm thinking about going to Georgia. And Christian's, like, snaps his neck.
Sorry! What was that?
Yeah. Yeah, his voice, like, his sex robot voice raises, like, 15 octaves and, like, snaps a window. I mean, it says in the book that his voice is low, but, like, was it? Was it, Christian?
Yeah, come on. I know a lie when I see one.
Exactly. And he's like, when were you thinking of going? And she's like, actually, right now. Like, I'm gonna...
Bye. Later.
Taylor, can you start the plane, please?
Yeah.
So she's like, oh yeah, well, I have interviews tomorrow, and then I was thinking of just, leaving forever.
Yeah. Also, I took one look at your whack-ass family, and I didn't want to be here.
Yeah, actually, you all are terrifying.
Yeah. I gotta go.
Pretty sure this is the scene in Get Out, so bye. So anyways,
why are you so good at hypnosis? That's not a skill you should have.
Yeah, your family is terrifying. But apparently, so they're like raising their glasses to cheers, and Christian is pissed because Anna doesn't tell him everything about her life, and that's unacceptable. And then one thing to keep in mind about this, and I didn't remember this until reading literally this scene, is trying to keep in mind this context, because this is literally chapter 19, and it feels like it's been longer than it has. And I couldn't remember the exact timeline either, but I think it's been like 2 weeks to a month that they've known each other. Like, literally not that long. Because I think when this book started, she was just about to graduate college. So, it's really not been that long. So they haven't known each other that long, I think, anywhere.
But it's like they have a connection.
Yeah, it's like super important.
Spirits know each other, you know what I mean?
I want to die.
You know what I mean?
Oh, God, okay.
It's not like you have to talk to someone, you just, like, know each other.
Yeah, like, why do you need to communicate if you're just, like, your souls are just, like, there, you know?
It's fate. You know?
Yes. So, anyways, they have dinner, and they're, like, whispering to each other, and Christian's like, I don't understand why you didn't even tell me about this, and Anna's like, well, actually, Christian, I was thinking about leaving. We don't have an arrangement yet. Remember, I haven't signed anything. You just keep having sex with me without signing the contract that you thought was so important. And he's like, well, this conversation isn't over, Anna. It's...
Could you imagine if he, like, whipped out the contract? He's like, well, sign it now, alright?
God.
Are you ready? You ready?
God, it's so gross. They're, like, whispering about this. Like, whisper fighting, which is the most terrifying thing when couples do that in front of you. Like, oh, God.
He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I need to be here. But...
And Kate is seeing this and, like, living for it. Because then she brings up when she went to go see Jose the past Friday.
Oh, my God. Kate is such... She just lives for drama.
Yes.
And I love it.
And so Christian's like, well, actually, now I am mad. I'm palm twitching mad. And it's like, okay, gross. So as they get ready for sitting down for dinner, Anna seems to be surprised that the Greys have staff. Which, okay, Anna... Like, they live in Bellevue, and they have a mansion, so why would you be surprised about that? But it's fine.
Come on, guys.
Exactly. And one of their staff seems to be, like, drooling over Christian. Anyways, it's fine. Christian's mom gets a call during dinner, and then comes back and starts talking about the call because she works at a hospital. And then the funniest shit happens. She's like, oh yeah, it's just like another measles case. And then goes on to this, like, I just thought it was really funny because she's just talking about it like it's her work, right? Which with her family, it'd be fine. But E.L. James takes this moment to take a hard stance on vaccinations. And it's the funniest shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's fine, and it's good, but it was just so left field that I just couldn't help but just laugh about it. So,
that's crazy.
Thank you, E.L. James, I guess. It's fine. So, anyways, one of the things that I thought was wild is Anna's thinking, she's having this, like, inner monologue about going to Georgia, and she's like, maybe I'll just stay there, because Christian can't reach me there, he doesn't know where I'm going, and I'm just like, okay, well, keep that in mind, because you're gonna completely do a 180 later, so remember that, I guess. So, yikes. They start talking about Paris and Mia and all this stuff. It's like, whatever. She calls him 50 Shades later, and not like the lowercase 50 Shades, which she usually does, but like capital F, capital S, 50 Shades, which puts a whole different spin on the title of these, because later on, so we know that there's like the series is all 50 Shades, but I know that there's another book that's just called like Grey or Christian or something, and it's like, if these are all supposed to be titled about him, then what the fuck is that one? I don't know.
Well, Grey is the Midnight Sun.
What the fuck?
Did you not know that? Yeah.
Okay. I just feel like that takes more agency away from these books.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
If these are all just, they're not even then, if they're supposed to be from her perspective, but the names are him, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And also, who asked for his perspective on any of this?
Literally.
Who wants to know this?
Yes.
No.
Exactly. So dinner gets over with, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go take you on a tour of the grounds. Wink. Oh yeah, but before that, okay, this is important though, because they like try to get ready for dessert or whatever, and he like puts his hand on her leg, because during dinner he's been like laughing and been all like cordial or whatever, and he like puts his hand on her knee and then her thigh and stuff, and she like closes her thighs together or whatever, and he's still like laughing and smirking and all this stuff, and then they go tour the grounds. But they don't do that because because they fuck, sort of, kind of. Anyways, it's gross. So Christian basically like picks her up onto his shoulders, and he's like, we're going to the boathouse, and I'm gonna spank you, and then I'm gonna fuck you, and that's where like chapter 19 ends. Great. Great. Cool.
Yeah, no,
it's great. Super great. So they get into this boathouse, and
hey, whoa, hey.
Oh, yes, hey. Quiz corner, please.
Sorry.
Please.
This is definitely not the Price is Right theme song. It's Cody's Quiz Corner.
So there's a thing I made.
If I didn't want to ruin our audio, I would fucking screech right now. But please know that I've never been happier, because I literally grew up with The Price is Right, and nothing makes me happier than The Price is Right.
Welcome, everybody, to the renowned segment on this podcast, Cody's Quiz Corner.
Please,
I've searched some words in this book, and I'm making Allie guess how many times they appear in this book.
I haven't searched anything.
Great.
I have so much test anxiety, but I've never been happier. I'm not scared.
It's fine. We got, let's do 3. We got 3.
Okay.
This is really like The Price is Right now. You're just kind of like, let's go.
I'm so excited.
Alright. Since relevant to this chapter, panties is a lot. It happens a lot.
Okay, are we doing Price is Right rules? Is it the closest without going over?
No, this isn't The Price is Right. None of this matters.
I'm
just going to tell you what it is after you say it.
There isn't a prize? Well, what the fuck?
Your prize is friendship and us successfully finishing a bit.
We can be friends?
We are Allie.
Okay. Panties. In this chapter?
Okay, so it's going to be in the whole book, but I will tell you how many times it will be in, like, these chapters.
Ooh, in the whole book.
As well.
I say, ooh. Okay, if I'm doing closest without going over, I say 20.
Okay. Well, in these chapters, it is 21 times. We've read it 21 times in these chapters. Which is 55% of how many times the word panties is in this book, which is 38.
Oh, I was so good.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Let's do Inner Goddess.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How many times do you think our gal, Anastasia, is like, my sex gal, my inner goddess?
I want to say 29.
It's 57.
I want to piss. I don't know why that's my reaction, but it's just what I feel.
I want to piss.
Squad.
Welcome back to Piss Squad.
No, that's something totally different.
Oh my god. Okay, so since we were talking about Shades of
Oh
Grey,
god.
I found out how many times they say like shades, so like 50 shades out, or like how many ever shades out for them.
Okay.
How many times do you think it's in this book?
That one's less.
Yeah.
So probably, maybe like 15?
It's 7.
Okay, yeah.
But that's still too many.
That's still way too many. That was a fun quiz corner. I like the music. Can you play it again?
Yeah, of course. Hold on, let me bring it back up.
This is definitely not the Price is Right theme song. It's Cody's Quiz Corner.
Please don't sue me.
I've never been
Price is
happier in
Right.
my whole life. Oh my god, that was so good. You know what?
Yeah, what's up?
That is so much better and so much more put together than our ham.
Hey,
I miss that.
Don't say that.
But I miss it,
Yeah.
and so that was
I
better.
miss it too.
It's
Yeah, I
better.
miss it.
And then probably not as, like, scary for people listening.
Yeah, it's just aggressive.
Okay, alright. So, chapter 20. This is bad. Okay, so they get into the boathouse. Y'all know what a boathouse is? Just lots of fluorescence and wood, like splinters. You know what I mean?
You'll ever be on the high seas.
Well, you know, they're not like...
The high seas.
There's not weed or water. There's just wood. You know?
Oh my god.
It's just...
Yeah.
Anyways, so one of the things to remember, Anna explicitly says, please don't hit me. She also says, I don't want you to spank me. Not here. Not now. Please don't. Okay? That happens. So.
Yeah.
She's, okay. No, not but. She says that. Anyways.
Right.
So, they're together. She's also just like, they're there. They're together. There's a lot happening. Anyways.
She's got a lot of feelings.
She's got a lot of feelings.
And thoughts.
So she kisses him, right? You know, that happens. And then Christian goes on this fucking diatribe about why he's doing this. And his reasons are the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. And he's like, no one's ever said no to me before. Because...
What?
Same. And...
Bad start. Bad start.
He's like, no one's ever said no to me before, and it's so hot. And I want to vomit. Because he's, like, literally aroused by this. And she wasn't, like, they weren't role-playing this. She was just like, I don't want to do this.
Mm.
And so, like, because she wasn't wearing underwear, and it's his parents' house, and it's the first time that, this was not a game. And she was just like, no. Like, no. And so he's, like, going on about this whole thing. He's like, you never mentioned Georgia to me. You went drinking with that dude. And he's, like, going on about all these things. And he's like, you closed your legs on me. Like, and it's the grossest thing. And he's like,
but it was also kind of hot. So, like, Get out of
Yeah,
here.
it's the grossest thing.
Christian.
Oh, God. And he's like, if you're not going to let me spank you, then I'm going to fuck you on this couch, and it's going to be for me and not for you. And it's just like...
And he's like, don't come.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, how do I not?
Like,
What?
Yeah, this is still, like, what? Like, her 5th time having sex or something? Like,
Something.
yeah, like, that's not... How do you... She can't just, like, nobody, like...
Yeah.
Anyways. But yeah, so he, like, has sex with her, and is, throughout the whole thing, is just like, this is mine, not yours. And it's just like, this isn't just like playing with Tonka trucks, Christian. This is not, it's gross. Anyways, so they go on, it takes like 6 pages, and he's all like, don't touch yours out. And then Mia comes in because fucking Kate and Elliot are leaving or anything. Anyways, it's gross. They go back to the house. They leave. All this stuff. Anyways, so his parents like her and stuff. But when they get into the car to leave, one of the things is Anna finally, like, communicates. Whoa, shocker. And talks about the fact that she felt like he was forced to bring her to this. And instead of kind of validating those feelings that she was having and then being like, I wanted to bring you here, all he says is, he's like, why are you so filled with self-doubt? And just, like, instead of... He just keeps asking her questions instead of being like, I wanted you to be here. That's why you are here. So I thought that was kind of annoying. I think one of the other things that keeps her from being completely honest is the fact that another person is always around, like Taylor's always driving. And I think she's getting a little bit better and more comfortable with that, but still. So they drive home, and she like falls asleep on the way back. But when they get back to her, before that too, because I think she decides to, on the way back, she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay at your place. And she's all like sleepy and emotional and all this stuff too. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll try and like I'll sign your contract. And thankfully Christian's like, just sign it after you go to Georgia. Like, just think about it a little bit. Because the last thing that she should be doing is signing it when she's tired and after like a really long day. But yes, so she falls asleep in the car. They get back to his house, and then she decides that she wants to have sex with him, like for real this time. And then things get like kind of confusing and weird this time, because he doesn't want to have sex with her. He just wants her to go to sleep. But then they like sort of have sex. It gets kind of confusing. Because, one of the things that I thought was kind of confusing during this part is, so I thought that Anna had, like, Googled anal beads before. And so they decide, Christian's like, I want you to try this thing. And so he decides on having her try vaginal beads. And so they try that. And she's like, oh yeah, this seems fine. And then she stands up and she's like, oh. That's why. And so he like decides to spank her this time, but not because she did something wrong, but because she wants her to like feel them or something. And then they have sex, but she's like, this is where I was confused, because I was having difficulty reading it, because I think they do have sex during this part, right? I think so.
So
I think they do.
yeah.
And yes, I think they do have sex here. Yes. Yeah. I think the problem of why I was having such difficulty reading it is because the fact that she doesn't linger on it like she usually does, because the fact that she was sleepy.
Right.
So, anyways. And then she, like, quickly transitions into, wanting to have, like, a serious talk. So, they, like, have sex, and then they get ready to go to bed, and she wants him to talk about his mom. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Because it got serious, like, really quick. And...
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, sir.
And so he talks about his mom, and apparently he refers to his mom as a, quote, crack whore, which was a lot and just very blunt. But apparently she died when he was 4. And that's the last thing they talk about before they go to bed. So again, just ending these chapters on sleep once more.
Yep.
Yep.
How else are you gonna end something?
Oh, I don't know.
Allie, come on.
Yep. I don't know.
Think about it.
But that is the end of chapter 20. And next week, we have chapters 21 and 22.
Woo-woo!
Yeah. We have a couple of patrons to thank.
Hell the fuck yeah, dude.
So, thank you so much to Shannon Clearwater, who this week is going to be... You are not yawn-worthy, Shannon Clearwater. I am just a sleepy child. Shannon Clearwater, you are going to be the glass of peonies that was on Dr. Gray's dining room table.
Ooh, we love attention to detail.
Yes, exactly.
Jessica Stanley is Kate's just unrelenting love of starting shit and causing drama.
Hell yeah. And Katie Weber, you are going to be Mia's capable storytelling, and when she just went off into French without realizing it and just completely lost everybody's attention. She's just so capable in speaking in French and storytelling. It was very good. One of the things that I think I would like from people this week before our next episode is I think that we should have people recommend the show to a friend.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good old treat.
Yeah.
Especially because we're so close to 400 followers on Twitter.
Or, like, leave a review.
Well, yes, obviously. I think that would be good. You know what? I found a fan fiction.
Ooh.
Taylor
Brown found dead in a ditch. Shaking.
I hope.
Quaking in her boots.
Yes, our unofficial intern did not find one. So if you want to usurp our unofficial intern, feel free to do so. I mean, I still love you, Taylor Brown, but feel free to do so.
I mean, I loved her when she was with us, but no longer.
Yes. So this fanfiction is called... What? I wanted to say called and also titled, so I don't know where. So it's called Untouched, and it was written by Faye Darkley. The description is Christian Grey is dead, and by dead, I mean he's a ghost. He's also living in a secluded mansion as opposed to a Scala, and in need of a roommate so that people don't grow suspicious of the fact that his house seems abandoned. Anna is still a poor post-grad who is still in touch with Christian after Kate decides to work for her dad's media firm. This was updated, or it was published on December 24th of 2014, and it has over 47,000 words.
Wow.
So this is from chapter 6, because that's apparently when shit actually starts happening. I raised my hand towards his face, and then, as if in slow motion, I watched my hand glide to his perfectly chiseled jaw, and then pass right through it, as if he was made of smoke. We both looked at each other, his face full of shock, mine probably betraying my terror. I stuttered, what are you? Anna, let me explain, Christian argued, but I was gone. I was up the stairs, I was in my room, I was barricading the door. It was a poor excuse for a barricade. It was a chair and a lamp as none of the other furniture would move. I quickly got dressed and threw some other clothes into a rucksack. Christian wasn't banging on the door as I expected him to be. He wasn't shouting for me, or at all. He was, however, now standing in my room next to my bedside table, hands in his pockets, just watching me. I screamed, loudly. Please, Anna, don't be afraid of me. Let me explain. This can't be happening. I looked back at my door and saw my barricade still in place. How did you get in here? Will you please calm down so I can explain? I'll tell you everything. Just please, stop. I stopped. Something stronger than fear was taking over me now. Curiosity, possibly. I sat on my bed so he couldn't see my legs shaking, but stayed as far away from him as this would allow. He sat next to me on the bed anyway. I'm dead, Anna. I'm a ghost. Shut up. End scene.
Of course you would pick a fucking cryptid-ass Christian Grey story.
All the other ones are just sex stuff.
Give me ghosts.
I need ghosts.
Oh my god. Those are saying Seattle.
Get bit.
Get whipped.
This is an Earbud Media production. You can find us on Twitter at Earbud Media and listen to the rest of our shows. You can find this show on Twitter at Into the Twilight, as well as intothetwilight.show. You can send us an email at intothetwilightshow@gmail.com. You can also become a sponsor of the show or buy some merch at intothetwilight.bigcartel.com. Our art is done by Maddie Padilla, who you can find at YourGhostHost44 on Instagram, and our music is done by Eli Krause. You can find at Eli Sauerkraus and KrausFilms.com. The intro and outro is by KB Smith. You can find at KB__Smith on Twitter. You can find Allie on Twitter at Into Wild Places, and you can find me at Dyke Discourse. You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.